Hawk beef jerky, because you don't win games with salad. Only available in Leduc.
Dennis here from Weiss Johnson, along with my brother Mark.
Hi there.
My bro is the go-to for all our tough installs.
I do all the hard work. He gets all the glory. Mister, I'm on the radio.
Hey, we can't all be famous, but seriously, Mark's the best. And he's here if you're looking to add a legal basement suite in your home.
We install tons of furnace systems for folks wanting basement suites. It helps to subsidize their mortgages.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Obviously.
Weiss Johnson, your legal suite heating system experts.
Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Stop juggling lowest bid contractors, because at Wetaskiwin Ready Mix, one call does it all. From concrete supply to cribbing and pumping, we've got your project covered. Locally owned and operated, Wetaskiwin Ready Mix is proud to deliver on spec and on time every time, because we know quality concrete isn't cheap, and cheap concrete isn't quality. Send Wetaskiwin Ready Mix your blueprint. We'll handle the rest. Wetaskiwin Ready Mix, 780-352-4301.
This is Sports 1440 and the all-new Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11 Good morning. Thank you guys for tuning in to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas with you here from the Sports 1440 studios, HQ in West Edmonton Mall. Of course, you can also watch us on the YouTube these days. Sports 1440 AM is the official channel. We're on Facebook, X, Instagram. If you are watching online, please give us a like, a sub, a thumbs up, all those good things. And if you're listening on the AM dial or streaming, just text us, 1-833-401-1440. Say hello, say good morning. Lots to get to on the show today. The Bills, they did it. It was a little bit closer than I'm sure Bills fans would have hoped for, and penalties certainly helped them out in the process, but they get the job done, knocking off the Dolphins, improving to 3-0. The Dolphins fall to 0-3. We've got a full slate of games over the weekend leading into Monday. Also, Jays taking on the Royals in a weekend series, of course, on Saturday and Sunday. You can hear those games right here on Sports 1440 on the AM dial. If you're looking for Fox Sports Radio, good news. You just stream. We're not allowed to play it on the stream anyways. So we've got it all going on for you. And I think that really works out perfect on Sundays, because if you want the NFL, you just throw on the iHeartRadio, sports1440.ca, or you want Blue Jays baseball, you listen on the AM dial. We kind of got you covered on all aspects of that. We can talk some hockey. We've got WHL tonight, the Oil Kings down in Red Deer, and back in action tomorrow. You got the Saints, new stadium. Gregor will be live on location from the Thompson Family Arena for his show from 2 till 6. Crusaders, it's wild. AJHL, Kodiak's off today, but back in action tomorrow. Get their season going. Duke, it truly is the most wonderful time of the year.
It's everything season.
I didn't even mention college hockey,
college football. Of course, a couple good games on tap tomorrow across the schedule.
Golden Bears and Bisons out in the Toba.
Yeah, Eddie Steele's home neck of the woods.
Yeah.
I know. Unfortunately, I know where his rooting allegiances will lie in that one as a Vanier Cup winner with the Buffaloes.
It has to.
It has, unless I don't hold it against them.
The Buffaloes?
It's the Bisons, but
I was going to say, did I mess that up?
No, it is absolutely the Bisons.
I pride myself on knowing
all Can West mascots. Well, but what about Regina?
Rams?
Yeah, but they're the rest of the school is not the Rams.
What are the
Cougars?
I only like the Rams.
All of U of R's sports teams are the Cougars, except the football team, because it goes back to they were actually I think a junior team before they became a college or the university team. So whatever the history of it, people way smarter than me would have better information on it. But little unique wrinkle.
I like it.
Now, yeah,
I like that the Bears and Pandas
are different.
They're different. It's a cool little thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any other collegiate programs that do that.
Yeah, like I know they call them, like in Tennessee, they call them the Lady Vols.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think it technically is.
They're still just the Tennessee Volunteers, but it's more of like a nickname. Whereas here, They are the Pandas. I think they should be called the Panda Bears.
P-Bears.
I call them the P-Bears, as I call the men's programs the G-Bears. I don't think that's quite caught on as commonplace, but I'd like it to. The P-Bears and the G-Bears.
I'm on board for it. Like if you want to try to make that official, we can take it to the board and see what they think. Lots to get to on the program, of course. Duke, we've got a first round gift card, $50 that you would have. You just go see Franco down at the downtown location. He's going to hook you up. How should we give it away today? Any preference? Trivia?
We gave away one on the morning show as well.
Oh, snap.
We did some trivia for that. We asked Kev. It's like Kevin's trying to mow our grass or something. He first round gift cards we've given away. Wanted to keep it NFL topical, but he uses fantasy football trivia to give them away. The last 2 times we've done it, it was like, who was the top wide receiver from week 2's Sunday slate? And today it was who was the not Josh Allen, who was the top fantasy performer last night in PPR. And so he's making it a little more tough on us, but I think a light trivia for a Friday could do it.
I was thinking even just like getting to know our audience better.
Okay,
question.
just like a text in with a certain code word's not the right thing, but like a trigger word.
Well, like, because in the past, we've had discussions with our audience, like, what do you do for a living? Who's your favorite NFL team?
Right.
Things of that sort. Maybe like, who's your idol?
Who's your sports hero or just general idol?
It could be your parents. It could be your uncle. It could be us. No brownie points.
Oh boy, I really hope that nobody answers. Tell you what, if you text that in, we just assume it will not be sincere, and as a result, you'll be eliminated from contention. If you text in saying Connor Halley or Brandon Douglas are your idols,
let us know. Who is your idol? 1-833-401-1440. One person who texts in their idol is going to win a $50 gift card to First Round. And you know what? We're going to open this up to the YouTube chat as well. I see Dean, Abutski. I would, you're all included, or you can text in 1-833-401-1440, or do both. You could double your chances. Go get some goaltenders, maybe a pint, maybe some boneless wings, salt and pepper, ranch on the side. That was my standard order and is my standard order when I go to First Round. Abutski had asked on the text line via YouTube, should I stick with Omarion? Half point PPR for another week. My flex options aren't fantastic. I mean, I guess it does depend who they are, Abutski. I can't imagine his usage is going to go up crazy. Najee Harris, and I think it was the start of the week I said he had a good week. There was some pushback. Fantasy-wise, Najee Harris didn't have an amazing week. But there's situations when the Chargers needed 4 yards, crucial, and he got 5 yards. That's kind of what Najee Harris is, right?
Off of your advice, Connor Halley, I not only picked up Najee Harris as a running back, I may start this weekend. Just because I have 2 different Cleveland Browns backs, both Judkins and Dylan Sampson. Tough matchup for them against Green Bay. I might throw Najee Harris in there.
Take a look at it.
And then I have a weekly group parlay I do with some guys I play hockey with and some friends. Needed a bet. Can be anything, a spread, a total, a prop, whatever. I took Najee Harris over 24.5 rushing yards.
There you go. If he gets like 6 carries, he's going to nail it.
That's what I'm hoping for.
To answer your question, Abutski, I'm not sure. I would look at other options. I would definitely not be giving up on Omarion Hampton, but
he seems like a good stash on the bench for a little bit of patience there with a rookie player.
The thing about him is, and I will say this with a lot of confidence, that something he has that Ashton Genty doesn't have is pass protection. He'll throw his head in there and step up and make a block. I don't know if you saw the highlight of Ashton Genty over the weekend or on this week, because it was on Monday night. Man, it looked like there was no desire. He's got to ramp that up if he wants to be a business 3 down back, because it's good business making money, and you're going to get more money if you can do everything. So I'll just throw that one out there. More text rolling in here, 1-833-401-1440. Did the Irish get their first win against the Boilermakers from Gruff?
God, I hope so.
Hope so.
It is wild that a team that is 0-2, and yes, losses to 2 teams that are quite good and good chance at college football playoff seeds later on this season, but an 0-2 team still ranked in the national poll. Granted, it's 24th, but I'm pretty sure it's the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah,
it's pretty wild. So, Gruff, I'm confident in Notre Dame getting a win against Purdue.
I watch over those Boilermakers. They'll channel
the
their
trains.
inner Drew Brees. Awful lot. Fields is available on the waiver wire tomorrow. I have Jones and Browning. Pick them up and drop who? If you pick them up long term, I think I would probably drop Mac Jones because we're going to see Brock Purdy back sooner than Browning. Browning just has so many weapons. Like he threw 3 touchdowns, right? 2 interceptions.
Mac Jones?
Browning.
Oh, Browning. Yeah, 3 and 2.
So like you get more for touchdowns than you lose for interceptions. Typically, his weapons are so good. Like it's almost worth keeping him around. So I would keep him over Jones because I think Purdy's going to be back sooner than Joe Burrow.
Well, yeah,
obviously.
Joe Burrow's could be out for the season.
So that's the route I would go. Even if right now you might believe Mac Jones has more upside, I think long term it's going to play out better for you. Husk says Rodney Mullen's his idol. Do you know who that is?
I don't.
Oh,
You?
yeah. We got to watch his skate tapes. He's an unbelievable skateboarder, but like not Tony Hawk doing half pipe 900 and thing like that. He's like on the ground, street style. Unbelievable, actually. He'll blow your mind what he can do with a skateboard. So I like that one. Ricky Cheese says Jason Strudwick. Scalding Gourd says
Done. You're eliminated.
Yeah,
Bad answer.
well, but not as bad as Scalding Gourd. Connor's my hero. A loving father and husband can't be beat.
Okay, we said you wouldn't get any brownie points. And even more specifically said for bootlicking, you'd be eliminated.
Actually, Gord, you win. No, just joking. We're not going to announce our winner for a while. Playbook Vic says, my idol is my dad. Greatest man and father ever. Cat Dad says, David Robinson. Like, basketball player? I like it. Eli says, John Lennon. Walter says, my idol. Ooh, my idol is my grandson. His conception saved my daughter from a life on Vancouver's downtown east side. Ooh, shout out to grandsons and shout out to grandfathers. Great people. Cole says, we'll go back to your idols as well. But fantasy question. Hey guys, I have 3 tight ends, Andrews, Likely, and Kincaid. I'm looking to move on from one of them. Who would you trade? Cole the plumber.
Well, unfortunately, I don't know if the value of any of them is particularly high.
Kincaid might be the highest after
last night. So I guess it would like, what are you trying to get in return? Or is it just like get a little extra depth on your bench? Someone else is that desperate for a tight end that they will take a flyer on Mark Andrews still, despite the slow start. Likely did not play last week. Still correct? Or is he? Because he was hurt. Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, I think he was still out.
Yeah. His return will only muddy those waters a little bit. I would trade one of Andrews or Likely, but I don't know what kind of return you're going to get. It's pretty minimal, I would think.
Yeah, like what are you looking to accomplish with this one? I would agree with what you said there. CJ EDM says, I'm in a pool that assigns number points to each game, 16 through 1. 6 being the most confident, 1 being the least. I picked Buffalo for 16. Who would you guys think are locks to win this week? I'm thinking Green Bay at 15 and Seattle for 14. Thoughts? That's an interesting pool. Man, we're just doing pools for so many different things now, which is great. Like the more football stuff we're doing, I'm certainly not going to be mad about it. Locks of the week.
Yeah, the 2 names you mentioned, obviously Green Bay going up against Cleveland. It's on the road, but still they're 7.5 point favorites. And Seattle, they're not as heavily favored, but we know that the Saints are the worst team in the NFL, will be by season's end. Seahawks, who are a much worse team than Green Bay, no offense, they're also 7.5 point favorites, granted at home from Lumen Field. So I think those are your 2 strongest for sure. If we're talking about power ranking, sure things or locks to win, just win outright as long as there's no spreads considered here. Those would definitely top my list. But
Kansas City and Giants, and then I'd also have Tampa Bay and the Jets. It'd be high up there
also,
as well.
Also very good options. You know who else I'm going to put in there?
Whomst?
My Texans.
Texans, they're underdogs.
I know. It's a must win.
Can't lose.
Both.
Must win, can't lose this week for the Texans. Matt says, Low Tide is my idol. Husk just elaborates on Rodney Mullen. He made so many tricks that are used every day now. We always talk about that. Oh, I'm going to show you at the lunch break. I really do have to show you because Rodney Mullen was awesome. And you got his way into like the Tony Hawk games as well. Terry Fox from Awful Lot. I'd say that's a good one. Kim says, are you asking for idols? We are. You know why? Because we're going to give one person who tells us their idol a $50 gift card to First Round, which they can go pick up. We'll coordinate everything, but you'll have to go pick it up at the downtown location. Billy Bob Thornton from Kaylee. CJ ADM says, my dad. Scalding Guard says, hey, I always appreciate good men like you, Connor. No sucking up. I am sincere for once. I know, it shocked me too. I'm just waiting for Gord to say, just kidding.
Psych.
Psych. Gotcha.
1, 2, 3, not.
Matt Leduc says, a quick look through my text history would make it obvious that Gene B. Principe is my idol.
That is evident. He's gunning for Gene's title as the Prince of Puns.
Is he?
Dude, Matt and Leduc's text, they're all punny. They're all punny and funny. Well, some more than other.
Eddie, you played through because you're made of steel. That's one. Most guys try to avoid speck on a nude beach. That's not really a pun.
That's just an insightful comment.
That's just a thought. Bengals fans aren't about to dig their own grave, but they're definitely starting to burrow. Okay. All right, Matt and Leduc, I get what you're doing here. Those were just some of the texts he sent in. Kim says Wayne Gretzky. I would assume Gretzky would have been a lot of people's idols growing up in this area and around the hockey world. Terry Fox, the GOAT of idols from Randall. Can't wait to see him on the $5 bill. That's coming.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah, I think so.
It's been thrown around for so long.
I don't want to just put out fake information, but I'm pretty sure. We've had his brother on.
Is it replacing the space arm, or is it just going on the other side?
I couldn't tell you. You have to wait.
That's
and see.
the $5 bill, isn't it? That has the Canadian arm from the ISS on it.
I'm not a cash guy anymore, Duke. I don't know what's on bills. Thumbs up from Sam the intern. All right. Oh yeah, Duke just pulls out his wad of cash here. He's got 5, 10s, 20s, 50s.
I have no 5s. The 10s have this lady, Viola Desmond. And on the other side, Canadian Museum for Human Rights.
Can't argue with that.
The vertical style of bill. More European.
I kind of liked the old money.
The texture?
Yeah, just everything about it. You ever see a $2 bill? You're younger than I am. You would have missed it.
I think I've seen one because my grandpa maybe had one, but in terms of like use it, no, definitely not.
I should have hung on to a couple. And then when like toonies first came out, people were popping out the middle.
When did the toonie become circulatory?
I don't know. Getting old is so weird because like I just look at the young interns over there. Well, one's a former intern, one now he's a pro. But like they probably would have never really experienced life. Like when they obviously weren't around when like the toonie came out. For me, it's just like a childhood memory. Fresh as a daisy.
1996.
It's just like history. It's the way it's been.
Yeah, that's all I've ever known.
People would like in my neck of the woods were popping out the middle and then wearing the outside as like chains.
That is so 90s.
I don't know. It was just a little bit weird. Yeah, Matt and Leduc, toonie was 1996.
I love the toonie and the loonie. I think they're way better than bills for small denominations. I'd like to have a $5 coin.
It's great when you're like out on a road trip with the fellas or the ladies, the crew, and you come back from the bar and then you want to go to the vending machine and get rid of all your change. I'm a big fan of that. It's happened a few times. Twitch says Chris Hadfield from the same hometown. His accomplishments are numerous. Yeah, that's a good one. Glenn, another one, saying Terry Fox. His determination and purpose was cause for the cause was insurmountable. Plus, on September 14th was the 45th running of his run. Inspiring. Thanks. Have a great weekend. From Homemade Pickles. Why can't McDavid be more like Gretzky in the media? It's not who he is. I don't know. He's going to be what he's going to be in the media. I don't know exactly. I don't know how Gretzky really was in the media back in the day. It certainly could not be compared to what the media is today with all the different forms we have. But I don't know. He's just being himself. That's all he can be. Jacob says Kevin Harlan. I've always idolized his ability to paint a picture when he does play-by-play. When listening to him on the radio, I feel like I'm in the arena. Jacob. He's drunk. He's on the field. Kevin Harlan is the GOAT. I love his calls.
People talk a lot about broadcasters, and we hear it a lot with hockey being here in Edmonton about when you watch Oilers fans often get fed up when during the playoffs their broadcasters are no longer calling. Well, there's games that moves from regional to national, and maybe Jack and Louie get shelved for Chris Cuthbert and Craig Simpson or whatever the case, right? I don't really dislike any broadcasters. I can listen to almost anybody call a game, but there are some that are just like above the rest. And I think Kevin Harlan is absolutely one of them. He's awesome. And he does it all, right? He does basketball, does football.
Any sport. He could probably do hockey if you give him a little time.
I'm sure he could. He's a pro's pro.
Kenny asking two things. Rodney Mullen is legit. Daquan Song versus Rodney Mullen is the best video. Oh, man. That's like unlocking like a junior high memory for me, I think. And then also, why does Brandon go by Duke for the morning show, but Brandon for this show? Something changes in the Duke at 10:59.
Come 11 o'clock, I become a different version of myself. No, it's just a nickname. Like, that's just what a nickname that Kevin calls me. Connor calls me it sometimes. Others do too, but it's like my name. Like when we call Connor the Con Man, that's not his name. It's a nickname.
Sometimes we call him Durandon Douglas as well.
That's not my favorite nickname, but it has been thrown around
when he's a little
time to time.
Saucy. Just quickly, MTR says, I'm with Connor on this one. It's weird knowing that people are adults and didn't know or didn't experience 9/11 or life without the internet or not having a phone when you're a kid. It's weird. It's just, we're all going to get there if you're lucky enough to live. It's like our parents probably, talking about the things that they would have experienced. Great memories for them. Us having just no concept of it. 9/11. There's a certain age group that really clings to that as like their core memory. And how could it not be? It's massive. Oddball says Toonie and Loonies make great poker chips. All right. Let those idols roll in. 1-833-401-1440. I thought Ibuski's idols were Xavier Worthy, Fannin, Higgins, and Burden, but those are fantasy football options. Let us know. We're going to be giving away a $50 gift card to First Round. Just keep the text coming in. You can also message us on the chat on YouTube for sure. Coming up next, more questions. We'll take a look at the weekend in the NFL, CFL, heck, NHL, and more. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on Sports 1440, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Hawaii. The warmth of a golden sunset as the waves roll in. The freshness of a waterfall. The lush scent of tropical flowers in the air.
You don't need to travel to enjoy all Hawaii has to offer. You just need to order pizza. Bring Hawaii home with the Aloha Trio, available for a limited time at Papa John's. Try our classic Hawaiian, Super Hawaiian, or Hawaiian barbecue chicken for just $19.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, proudly locally owned and operated.
A new Edmonton Oil Kings season hits different. After a cruel summer, hockey is back at Rogers Place. Tomorrow at 4, it's the Oil Kings home opener against the Red Deer Rebels. Family fun that's second to none with Calmart Kids food combos for $10 or less. Shake it off with a post-game concert from Canada's #1 Swiftie tribute artist. Plus, bracelet making on the concourse. The Oil Kings are Edmonton's first choice for family entertainment. Home opener tomorrow at 4. Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20 at oilkings.ca.
A huge thank you for making Sports 1440 the most listened to sports radio station in Edmonton. From Gregor to Carius to Low Tide, we've got in-depth analysis on all your favorite sports. We are Sports 1440.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique family-owned independent liquor store. The selection, incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
September, back to class and back to carting the kids around. Good news. Until the end of the month at Wolf GMC Buick, get GMC employee pricing on all remaining 2025 GMC Sierras, so you'll have loads of room. Plus, get 0% financing on Sierra light-duty crew cabs. If you're eyeing up an SUV, we have the completely redesigned GMC Terrain and our entire Buick family with incredible prices. And Costco members up to $1,200 additional off the price. Come see us, corner of 184th Street and Stony Plain Road.
Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy.
It's time to learn those ABCs and CRVs. Sherwood Honda can tutor you on fuel efficiency, reliability, comfort, and style. With all those drop-offs and pickups and practices, back to school means you hardly have time to park before you're back on the road. But it's a lot more fun doing it in a new ride. And when you do the math, Sherwood Honda adds up to the best deal you'll find. You sure would move to the head of the class and become a Rhodes Scholar with a lesson from Sherwood Honda.
Get this, Metal Supermarkets now offers welding services for their customers. Simple welds, steel, stainless, and aluminum welding. TIG, MIG, and stick are all available. And I tell you, these welding helmets are really something. Like the jousters wore in the days of yore. Quick, fetch my lance.
Lance is on lunch break.
That's not what... Never mind. Metal Supermarkets, your local convenience stores for... and welding. Southside, West End, metalsupermarkets.com.
The pedigree of a championship team is solid planning. Set yours with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Edmonton's only sports radio station, Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:26. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on Sports 1440's YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Thank you guys for tuning into the show today. However you do so, drop a like, a follow, a sub, even just a text, 1-833-401-1440. We appreciate it. The text line, kind of the lifeblood of this show. We've said that for a while. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about during fantasy football season. That's kind of where we're going. Any questions you might have regarding your lineup this week, waiver wire stuff, let us know. You can also email us, connor@sports1440.ca and Brandon at sports1440.ca. Fantasy Frenzy brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky. Alfred says, idols growing up, Mays, Koufax, Ali. Probably some pretty good ones right there. King of Fortnaski says, Duke's name is Brandon? I've been calling him Brendan this whole time.
It's actually pronounced Brundon.
Brendan.
I just never correct anybody.
IMAX says the Toonie or Looney uses a ball marker.
Yep, that's a good one.
Did I say, maybe I told you off air, when we went golfing for our fantasy football league and guys were not pulling the pin. Me, a casual, I'm like, what are we doing here? And they said, yeah, ever since COVID, you weren't supposed to take it out. So now no one does.
This has been a big topic on the Carey Show many times, especially on the Odd Friday with Gary Meyer during the golf hour about how, it really changed how a lot of people play, that they got so used to not pulling the pin that it just became normal for them. And even I went and played at Predator Ridge last summer on a golf trip, and the starter told us, she's like, yeah, here's all the things, yada, yada, this, that, the other. Oh, and we play pin in golf for pace of play reasons. And we drive away, and the guy I was riding in the car with, he's like, yeah, I just paid $150 for this round of golf. I'll pull the damn pin if I want to.
Here's the thing. Yeah, I think that's fair. Anywho, the random thing about golf. Steve says, hey guys, you think Harvey is going to take over as a lead back in Denver? And if so, when? I love J.K.
Long-term answer, yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely. They are very high on him, drafted him for a reason, and he got a lot of buzz through training camp and preseason. But the reality is, when you have a young back behind a veteran, we're seeing it in Dallas, seeing it in Denver, to an extent even in LA, that if the veteran doesn't really falter and continues to be productive, coaches tend to trust those hands a little more than rookies.
Yeah, 100%.
And so it usually takes opportunity. And if the veterans keep playing well, which Dobbins, when he's at his best, absolutely can. Williams has in Dallas. Harris, I think they came in, understand that Hampton would still handle most of the responsibilities, but you get my point that until that happens, the rookies still kind of just have to bide their time, put in work, take advantage when they are used.
I don't know if you saw J.K. Dobbins speaking to the media, and someone in the Denver media was trying to get a quote. It's like, oh, like, are you revenge game against the Chargers? They didn't want you. And he's like, oh, they wanted me. Like, we just couldn't agree on terms.
Yeah.
Like, they wanted me back. We just couldn't agree financially. Just like shut it down. Like, Chargers fans, I would say 99% are like, yeah, Dobbins a good dude, good player. I think everyone roots for him, especially with his injury history. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's kind of the biz in the NFL. It's a young man's game, and they invested highly in RJ Harvey. It's going to happen eventually. With it this year, maybe. You know, it's a 1-year deal, I believe, for Dobbins, so they could move on at the end or bring him back and do a split backfield. But when it happens, who knows? Hard to say for sure. Bob talking with just idols here. GSB was in a class of his own. He'd be a great one. Always did things the right way, Mr. St. Pierre. And then Matt in Leduc said Bills suck. Not the Buffalo Bills, dollar bills. Everyone knows change is good. At first, it didn't quite make sense to me.
But then you're like, oh, wait, this is Matt Leduc. There's a pun built in here.
I didn't even put the pun together.
Oh, Connor.
All right, Matt, you're bringing it today. This guy's good. CH says or Husk says, CH, you got to pull the pin when it's medium to short putts for sure. That's what I thought, but they just left it in the whole time. Again, I'm a very casual golfer, but I was taught the rules at a young age.
I'll be honest, at this stage, I usually just do follow the leader. Like the first couple holes, if I maybe, I mark my ball and someone else is putting from a reasonable distance, I guess he's like, hey, pin in or pin out. And if they say leave it in, then I will do so and just kind of see what everyone else is vibing, because I'm not good enough for it to make huge difference. And the amount of times it will matter that, say, I hit the pin and it either would have dropped in had it been out or vice versa, it's not going to make or break me. I'm just out there to have a good time.
Well, Pierre says pulling the pin is no longer a requirement by rule. It wasn't just because of COVID. We were allowed to leave the pin in for a long time. There's a debate as whether leaving the pin in or pulling it out is better. You'll see Bryson on his YouTube do an entire specific experiment about it, but it's pretty common. All right. Well, I mean, I really didn't care. I just would walk towards it and ask, and every time it was a no.
Well, and
18 holes, Duke. I did it every hole.
To the
pin in or out.
You want this? You want this? To the texter's point, yeah, no, it's not a rule, but to say that it's like it didn't become drastically more common to leave it in coming out of COVID, maybe I'm out of whack here, but because you couldn't pull them, it was against the rules, the course rules. Like, you don't touch the pin, or they even had the pool noodles in them or whatever. I never just played a course that had the pool noodle holes where you just bang it off of it and give yourself a birdie every time, even if it was going 100 miles an hour.
Good.
It's like, oh, another good birdie putt, right on. I never played a course like that, but people just got used to it for those couple of years playing golf, where just putt out, and if you bang it off the stick, you kind of that would have went in. That would have went in if I'd had pulled it. So I think it's definitely gotten more common.
Let's dive into the inbox. A fantasy question and a few more brought to you by Elks Nation. Check them out, elksnation.ca, the most in-depth WE football coverage you're going to find on the internet with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger. 2 podcasts twice a week. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts from or on YouTube. Elks Nation. Elks, of course, in action tomorrow, taking on Hamilton. I'll be at Castlewood Pub if anybody wants to come out.
Whereabouts that at in the city?
Northeast. You can Google it. I don't know the exact address.
I unfortunately won't be in the city. I'm going to play Farmer this weekend, but I still, how many road games are left? Still a couple. Right?
Just one more after this.
Do you know where you're going for that one? I don't want to try and get ahead of ourselves.
Undecided. That's not me deciding.
I need to make it to one. I love coming to them, but it's just scheduling has not been favorable to me so far this summer.
Darren asks, hey guys, I need some help. Guillotine League PPR. Hunter Henry or Jatavian Sanders? Oof. I hope someone loses and you can upgrade your tight end position. Did you have Kittle? Are you like me? And then one of these 3, Hollywood Brown, Matthew Golden, Elick, Ayo Manor. Oh, I mean, I was biased yesterday about Elick, the guy from Canada, Medicine Hat, friend of the Jason Greger show. But I think I might lean Hollywood Brown here. The Giants, I don't know. They're going to give up points. The Chiefs need to win this game. And Hollywood
Will
Brown,
the NFL let the Chiefs start 0-3?
Can't happen. Hollywood Brown has to be the guy. So I'll take Hollywood Brown. I know they missed some deep shots last week, but I'll just go with Hollywood Brown and hope for the upside. And then I'm taking Hunter Henry.
I'm taking Hunter Henry. I think Sanders has some longer term, I'll say second-year tight end, I think, with that very young Panthers offense. it's kind of Ted McMillan or nothing there. And I know Hunter Renfrow got in the mix a little bit last week, and they loved to run the ball with Chuba Hubbard. So Hunter Henry seems to be a pretty good safety relief for Drake May here in the early going.
Another one coming in here at 1-833-401-1440 from Brian. I can play one, Goff, Mayfield, or Herbert. So Herbert gets the Broncos. Goff and the Lions taking on Baltimore, which could
Monday
be tough.
night.
And Mayfield gets the Jets. I'm leaning Baker Mayfield in this one.
I'm a Justin Herbert guy. He is the quarterback in... Is he our quarterback?
Yes.
He
or Baker.
I'm in 3 leagues. Justin Herbert's my quarterback in all of them.
Me too.
I do think that Baker's the better start here under this just exclusively because of matchup.
How are the Broncos injuries looking? I don't think they have too many. Defensively, Greenlaw, he was questionable earlier on in the week. Right now, Evan Ingram is the only one they're kind of watching out for. Yeah, I think Baker's the safe pick there. That's the route I would take. And maybe you get a shootout. And then that's good for every fantasy football quarterback. HD says, your show isn't really about fantasy. It's a smorg of sports talk, quirky, and fun. Time for a rebrand. The Bizarre Sports Talk.
Did he spell it this way on purpose?
Bazaar?
Yeah, like isn't a bazaar like a market? Kind of like open space, booths, people selling their own personal goods or products.
I
think that's what a bazaar is.
Jacob says, people forget that Derrick Henry played behind DeMarco Murray for a few years. Yeah, I mean, if you go look at the first few years, people weren't necessarily sold on Derrick Henry coming out of Bama, which is crazy in hindsight to look at. I think it was Matt Murray who had like the post, he's Brandon Jacobs, You just look 6'2", 250. Maybe he's not that guy. He only rushed for 490 yards, only his first year, 744. Even after his third year, just got over 1,000. Maybe there were some questions to be asked, but then he really burst onto the scene. That's the thing. Nobody knows anything about scouting.
It's all guesses.
And DeMarco Murray wasn't a bad player.
No.
It was probably fair at that point. Bonaccord Greg says, growing up, I idolized Bruce Lee. He inspired me so much that I trained and received my black belt in Kung Fu. Then I found beer. That's got in the way of a few of us, I think.
I love beer.
Amongst other temptations. Sometimes texts come in and we miss them, and then like literally 3 minutes later, I'm not sure what it means. Cat Dad said it's a good stumble for my parents' house. That must be about
Castlegar Pub.
Castlewood.
Doesn't the tweet say Castlegar?
It might. I'm pretty sure it's Castlewood. My third experience there. It's they got good pizza, good beer, good spot to watch a game. Castlewood Pub.
Did they tag us in that tweet?
They did. 146th Ave and 50th Street, Northwest Edmonton. Just tucked in there in a little strip mall. Nice little spot to watch a football game. Hopefully we'll see you out there. Matt Fitzpatrick never pulls the pin on the PGA. Won a major that way. Hey, guys. Who do you roll at quarterback? Goff or Mahomes? Feels like Monday Nighter could be a shootout. I'm with you, Kmart. Mahomes, too much uncertainty. That pass rush for the Giants is good. It could be disruptive. Well, we say it's good on paper. Has it produced?
Hasn't really shown up yet.
But I like Jared Goff. I'm coming off a big game. New OC's kind of finding his groove, feeling good. I think we could see some points. And, we saw a shootout already with Baltimore and Buffalo in week 1. So, yeah, maybe there's a shootout there. I kind of like that decision, that rationale. It makes sense to me.
I am taking the Chiefs to cover these points. I don't love it. I really don't. But I don't sincerely think the NFL is rigged or on a script or anything, but I can't picture the Chiefs starting 0-3, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to cover 6.5 points. But I kind of think this could be like a little bit of a get right spot for them. So I might lean Mahomes here just because of the matchup for Jared Goff that Baltimore defense can make life tough.
Alfred says Looney's weigh 7 grams, and Marty says, Brandon, look at your phone. That must be our cue to take a break. We'll take a break when we come back. More text.
Get off the air.
We'll try to get to as many as we can. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on Sports 1440's YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantor, proudly delivering world-class hydraulic torque wrenches in Canada since 2016. I'm thrilled to announce our in-house production of tool components and accessories for faster turnarounds and enhanced versatility. The future is here at Cantor.com.
Action Electrical's projects team takes the field, folks, ready to execute the entire play for new commercial builds.
Absolutely. They're masters of design build, sketching strategy from initial blueprints to core electrical infrastructure. The team never misses on complex projects.
Known for handling big league constructions and major renovations, ensuring flawless execution, hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
The Spruce Grove Saints home opener is Friday, September 19th, and you don't want to miss it. The Saints will be playing their first game in the brand new Thompson Family Arena as they host league champion Brooks Bandits at 7 p.m. With a completely new and exciting in-game experience, including a state-of-the-art Jumbotron, the Thompson Family Arena will be the place to be. Don't miss the Spruce Grove Saints home opener, September 19th. For tickets, visit tickets.sgsaints.ca.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 25% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until October 18th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
God said, I need somebody to get up before dawn, milk cows, work all day in the fields, milk cows again, eat supper, go to town, and stay all night at a meeting of the school board. So God made a farmer.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. We are so thankful God made a farmer. For the month of September, it is our goal to feed 500 families. With every vehicle sold, we will feed a family of 4. So please help us reach our goal. Visit us online at northgategm.com.
Actions speak louder than words. Japa Machinery Group puts your construction plan into action with XCMG construction machinery you need. Available for rental or sale. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
While the players gear up for the new season, make sure you gear up your snack game with Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Okay, this jumbo bag of beef jerky should last the preseason.
Whoa. Will Hawk has more than just beef jerky. There's smoked sausage and pepperoni products, too.
Well, how about we have jerky for Eastern opponents and pepperoni sticks when we face the Western teams?
Now that sounds like a Will Hockey game plan.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky, because you don't win games with salad. Only available in Leduc.
Blue Jays fans, this weekend and every weekend, you can catch Toronto Blue Jays ball games right here on Sports 1440. Ben Schulman provides the play-by-play. You provide the chips and beer. Check out the Blue Jays this weekend on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Hey, did you hear what happened to Aiden?
Oh, yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Everyone knew this could happen. They've been posting those street races for months.
I know, right? Now his best friend is in the ICU. His family is devastated. All for some likes.
Totally wasn't worth it.
Street racing is deadly. Stop it before it stops you. A message from the government of Alberta.
Imagine a busy classroom. Now imagine it if no one was willing to teach. Here's the reality. It's getting harder to keep teachers in the profession and to attract new people to an increasingly challenging job. Pay for teachers has fallen far behind inflation and cost of living. With fair wages, we can keep the ones we have and hire more. But we need the provincial government to step up. Because a fair deal for teachers is a good deal for kids. A message from the Alberta Teachers Association.
Every coach needs a game plan. Plan your fantasy frenzy with Halley and Douglas right here on Edmonton's Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:44. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Also streaming on Sports 1440's Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram. Fantasy Frenzy brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Sam the Intern with you here in the Sports 1440 studios. Lots of text to get to, of course, though. Coming up next, it will be the Lowdown Flow Tide, which you can hear here on Sports 1440. Watch on our YouTube channel as well, Sports 1440 AM. It is Friday, so that means LT and Declan will be joined by Tyler Yaremchuk as well as Steve Lansky, Big Mouth Sports. And 2 o'clock, Jason Greger Show live from the Thompson Family Arena as they get things going for the Saints this season out in Spruce Grove. We'll be joined by Kerry Joseph, Texas Longhorns special assistant to the head coach, working side and side with young Arch Manning. At 2:40, we got Mark Spector joining us before he hits the links. Lorianne Munzer will be by. We'll also have Joan Forge joining us to talk about the Game Changers event going on with the Edmonton Elks next Friday, I believe, the official date. We got Cam Tate's 2-minute warning, LT, 5 questions, and more. So make sure you keep it locked here on Sports 1440. Also, we are doing our giveaway to first round $50 gift card. All you have to do is text in your idol. Could be anyone. Could be a family, friends, celebrity. You just let us know what it is, and we'll be picking out one winner before the end of the show. Ed in Father Varia says, hey guys, can't talk sports without the Champions League. Did you guys see highlights of Juventus versus Dortmund? I saw Liverpool on a Wednesday. Nice little comeback win. End of the game. Captain? 3-2 victory. I did see that. Slurpy Sean says, the real question is, why does he have 3 quarterbacks? Must have been our previous one.
Fair question.
Better on our team than another team's team. Team. Better on my bench than other team's starting rotation. Brad says, hey guys, who would you rather start? Jordan Love, or why the hell hasn't Connor signed yet? Probably Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's only one name. Scalding Gord had a text. I'm not going to read it on air, but Gord, that was probably your best work of all time. I laughed. Hey, Duke. The other day I was really down on one of your songs. It was a cover and it was really bad. I just want to say that Miley Cyrus doing Jolene is amazing.
One of my songs.
He must have picked a bad song.
No chance. I don't pick bad songs.
Loop says, hey boys, I need your advice. I need 3 of the 5. Kyron Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr., J.K. Dobbins, Javonte Williams, Mike Evans.
Kyron Williams and the Rams going up against tough Eagles D. Don't love that play. Marvin Harrison Jr. and the Cards against the Niners. Javonte Williams against the Bears. I think I like that.
I think we got to put him in our starting lineup.
I think I like Mike Evans. I like Javonte Williams. And then I would probably say between J.K. Dobbins and Marvin Harrison Jr. It's a PPR. Probably go Harrison Jr. If not, I think I might still lean Dobbins even still. He's not a huge pass catcher. But I think who do the Broncos play? The Chargers. That's a tough matchup too.
I will say this.
But to me, Williams and Evans are for sures.
Dobbins handled it the right way. Didn't say anything, but I think there will be a little bit of a motivation extra there for him. I think they might want to get him into the end zone. So I would lean Dobbins. Chargers against Ashton Genty. The Raiders were down, so they kind of had to go away from the run game, but he probably could have had more success. So I'm with you. I like your picks, Dobbins, Williams, and Mike Evans. The Fog says Stafford or Penix in this one. Matthew Stafford, as you mentioned, tough matchup.
Penix plays the Panthers.
Yeah.
NFC
in Carolina.
NFC South. Panthers defense is terrible.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford is a way better quarterback still than Michael Penix Jr., but this is fantasy, not real life, and matchups matter. I'm taking Michael Penix.
Bones says, my idol is an 86-year-old guy named Harry who plays men's night at Triple Creek every week, still gets out there and chirps guys like he's Brad Marchand. That's awesome.
Like he's playing golf, I assume. But he used the hockey. Night. Men's night could be, men's night instead of men's league. It is golf. But he used the Brad Marchand reference, making me hesitate a little bit on whether it could be hockey men's night.
Still fun.
Great fun.
Trav M from Hardesty, his idol is someone.
Well, some people, you could say the name. I don't know if everybody would know who he is.
He's kind of a legend, though, in the adult industry.
If you say so.
I think.
If you're a big fan of his game?
I don't know his game offhand, but I've heard the legend. That was like a name my friends are talking about, like in high school, and I don't think I've heard it since. But anyways, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, it was golf. Golf is what we were referring to earlier there. MTR says, I have a weird feeling about this Packers-Browns game. 11 a.m. out east in Cleveland seems like a sneaky close game. Still think Green Bay wins, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was close, especially now with no Kraft likely and Reed out. The Tucker Kraft situation, do we know exactly what it is? Because it went from done for the year to maybe it's not that bad to who knows. If he's available, I will say when I first saw that new move, my first action was to go get Luke Musgrave because in my league where I had Kittle get hurt, Hunter Henry's just really not doing it for me. So if he is not playing, Musgrave might be a guy you want to go take a look at. He was drafted ahead of Kraft in the same draft class. He will not practice today. He didn't think he needs to go on the injured reserve, but is uncertain for his status on Sunday. So to me, that means he's probably not playing on Sunday. But as we always tell people, Adam Schefter, he puts these out at like 2 a.m. Sunday morning. So follow him, set up the alerts, and he'll let you know. Some guy from Football Guys, Dave Kluge, says, every report about Tucker Kraft's injury has been positive, air quotes, but none have made me feel good. Yeah, like it doesn't look like he's going to be good to play. And when you say not injured reserve, okay, so he's not going to be out for a minimum of 4 weeks, but he could miss 1 to 2. Advance with caution. Tread lightly when it comes to Tucker Kraft. Could be good news for Matthew Golden, though.
So one has to hope.
for the Golden owners.
There's been a shortage of good news for Matthew Golden in the early going.
We got rugby on right now, hey?
Yeah, semifinals. Team Canada against the Black Ferns is what they call the women's club, I think.
New Zealand's always a powerhouse. You ever play rugby growing up?
They look like a powerhouse. No, I haven't. My good buddy Chucky Slick, though, it's his sport. That's what he does. He is a rugby guy. Been to the Rugby World Cup all around the world.
Really?
Yeah, a couple different times in the UK, in Japan. I think he went one time.
Wow.
He's a big fan, and he played it at a very high level. So I've learned a lot about rugby from him, being his friend. But no, I've never even sniffed. This game would eat me alive.
There's some tanks out there for sure. I remember in high school, like they kind of threw it out there to the football team. Anybody want to come try rugby? I just thought, nope. I don't have a helmet. That's crazy talk. But it is a fun sport to watch, especially when they get into it, the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's probably
rugby sevens.
Maybe the traditionalists don't like it, but that's a fun sport to watch. So Canada taking on New Zealand. You can watch it on TV if you're interested in. I gotta say, dude, I don't know if you've noticed my beverage.
It's like a Slurpee or something.
It's like a Nutella flavored Joe.
From where did you get it?
Do we get free ads?
Was it in the mall?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I went with Sam and we got Cam Tate a coffee, and I got with this, and he got a coffee. And Sam, permission to turn your mic on for a second. How many sugars do you think you put into your coffee today?
Oh my God.
I can tell you the exact number. It was 4, I think it was raw sugars it was called, and then I put about 6 when we got back here.
You put 10 sugar in your coffee?
This could have been solved with 2 Splendas, I think.
I am
so like what is just like the first 4 you said they were raw sugar, it's not sweet enough or what?
I took a sip of it and it was just like, it could have been just like a really strong coffee, but it kind of just punched me in the face with bitterness, and I was like, no, this is not it.
I can attest to it. That raw sugar is not good.
I do not like black coffee at all. I will stomach it if it's provided and there is no I like 1 cream, 1 sugar in my coffee. I would rather drink black coffee that's a day old than put 10 sugars into my coffee. That is insane. Brush your teeth really good.
We were watching them. We're like, that's a lot of sugar. But it probably tastes good. Tater got 1 Splenda and 1 sugar and some cream.
Yeah, I actually, if I had to pick one, I'd rather have 1 cream than 1 sugar. I find the cream helps take the bitterness off a little bit more than the sugar does.
I hope to one day just drink straight coffee.
Well, that's when you know you've become a real man, I think.
Yeah. And I'm not
And I went from like when I first started, it was double, but then that got too sweet, too milky for me. One and a regular is fine for me. And I don't know if I'll ever get past that.
MTR says, Sam, just have a pop.
and then Matt Leduc, it sounds like you go to and order the Gretzky.
Which 99?
You put more than that in.
Yeah.
You put 10 sugars in. And that's a small cup.
That was a larger cup. You
larger than a small, but it was not a large.
Permission to speak as Sam puts his arm up.
No, when I go to Tim Hortons, I just get a triple.
Just a triple?
That's still crazy.
I'm a double kind of guy. You know what? We don't shame. Whatever helps you get that
I'm
dough in
shaming
there.
him. That's craziness. I agree. Just have a soda. Because the reason you don't drink pop in the morning, hypothetically, is like this. It's bad for you. There's so much sugar in it.
I love pop. Energy drinks in the morning.
I love pop.
No
So do I.
No free advertising, but I got one here. Well, it's an energy drink.
But if you're putting that much sugar in your coffee, it's the same as drinking a pop.
What if you don't like pop?
Sorry about your luck. I love soda.
The winner today is Duke, Darcy, or Mark?
It's Mark.
Mark is the winner of the $50 gift card to First Round. Mark, we will be in contact with you shortly. Darcy, I'm sorry, Duke picked the other guy.
Sorry.
On behalf of the Duke, Sam, Josh, thank you guys for tuning in today. We do appreciate it. If you missed it, go check the podcast. Even if you didn't miss it, go give us a like, a download. We would appreciate that. Coming up next, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. But right now, Sports 1440 update with Sam the Intern. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Blue Jays ahead to Kansas City tonight, kicking off a series with the Royals here. First pitch set for 5:40. 14 other games on the schedule, including the Yankees in Baltimore. Houston hosts Seattle, and Boston taking on the Rays tonight. Oil Kings season opener starts tonight at 7 p.m. in Red Deer. Home opener goes tomorrow at Rogers Place as the Rebels are in town. In the BCHL tonight, the brand new Thompson Family Arena, the Saints look to defend home ice against the Bandits, and Sherwood Park heads to get a win against the Oilers. In the AJHL, 5 games on the schedule, including Devon going against Bonneville, Whitecourt taking on Grand Prairie, and Cam Moore takes the ice against Drumheller. In town, you've got the Bears meeting McEwen on the ice, puck drop at 7 o'clock at the Claire Drake Arena. Golden Bears football will take on Manitoba tomorrow, kickoff at 2 p.m., and around the CFL, the Argos take the field against the Alouettes, followed by the Stampeders hosting the BC Lions. The Elks will be back in action tomorrow to face the Tiger Cats. Coming up, the Lowdown with Low Tide at the top of the hour. And this has been Sam the Record Man with your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440,
A Stingray radio station.
broadcasting